All right, good morning, 9:22 right now. Want to jump in here. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Blount and Sevier counties. Blount and Loudon counties. This is runs until 9:45 here this morning. At 9:10, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 11 miles southwest of Maryville, moving east at 25 miles per hour. It is radar indicated. Some areas under this warning would include places like Greenback, Townsend, Clover Hill, Cades Cove, Happy Valley, and Friendsville. So if you're joining us from these locations, it's time to move to an interior room or lowest level of your house, a basement, closet, bathroom. Take your cell phone with you, and let's go ahead and track it for you because, again, this tornado warning was just issued by the National Weather Service. So let's jump into the details on this. Again, this does run until 9:45 here this morning. So what we're going to be looking at is the rotation inside this storm cell itself. And we do have rotation showing up down towards Country Haven, South Hills, and Best View, Montvale, 6 Mile, top of the world, Look Rock viewing platform. So that's where the storm is currently located. And it is moving to the east at about 35 miles per hour. It is tracking to the east at 25 miles per hour, located again 11 miles southwest of Maryville. So right over the Best View area. So Black House, Blackberry Farm, again, top of the world. These are just south of Maryville. That's where we have the rotation. Let me show you that rotation showing up. This is where that rotation is going to be showing up. So we switch over to a couple other different radar products to highlight what could be going on with that storm. Look at the shear product with that. There's the spin in the atmosphere. So right where I picked up that shear. And if we look at debris, not necessarily picking up any debris, so to speak, at this hour, but definitely one that we're going to continue to watch closely. Again, if you're joining us from just now, tuning in, I should say, we do have a tornado warning that runs until 9:45 here this morning for Blount and Loudon counties, and that does go into clip. So the Blount County area would be places like Walland, would be places like Miller Cove, Cold Springs. That would be the places in Blount County. The rest of it in Loudon County also is going to be places like, let's see. Oh, they just took Loudon County's barely in it now. So, again, places like Look Rock viewing platform, 6 Mile, Blackberry Farm, Walland, just outside of the Smoky Mountain National Park. We do currently have a tornado warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service running until 9:45 this morning. The rotation right now is showing up towards over Best View, South Hills, Montvale. So that would be Best Road. We've got other roads around there. South View Estates. We've got McSpadden Road, Cumming Road, Galen Road, and Old Piney Road. So any places right around there. Montvale Road up towards Ridge Road. That's where the rotation is showing up right now with this severe weather. Now remember, the Storm Prediction Center had put us under a level 1 risk for severe weather. By the way, the National Weather Service continues the tornado warning for Blount County right now. So they're going to continue that tornado warning for Blount County. That does also run. See, the tornadic thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. That's going to be for Loudon County. So Loudon County, you are now not underneath that tornado warning, but Blount County is. And we're looking at this cell right here that's showing enough rotation in the atmosphere. If you wouldn't mind liking and sharing, if you're joining me on social media, so you can, for community awareness, so everybody's aware of what's going on in our area. See, CJ says, do you expect anything more like this storm in Loudon and Blount County to come through the Tellico Plains area on Mecca Pike? So we do have that risk level for severe storms. So we had enough rotation showing up at about this time of the morning, actually. I actually think we're going to lose a lot of that rotation as the morning progresses. We lose a lot of that spin in the atmosphere. Although we do have an area of low pressure that's moving our direction, I do think that we just lose a lot of that intensity for rotating supercell thunderstorms. But definitely something to watch for the fact that we are under a level 1 risk for severe storms. Brian, they're just popping up everywhere, aren't they? Will Kodak be affected? No, Kodak's not going to be affected by that. We do have some showers and thunderstorms up there, but not necessarily the tornado warning. It's going right near your parents. Make sure they're aware of that, Amy. You're welcome, Judy. Let's see. My granddaughter's supposed to go to Soaky Mountain. Definitely not the day for it, huh? Well, we've got the rain showers out there right now. It may not be a bad afternoon, actually, to be honest with you, with Soaky Mountain. We'll see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon, but I think this is going to be the bulk of the moisture moving its way through this morning. Betty, I had sent you your certificate a few weeks ago. Did you get it ever? I think I did get it, Betty. I'll get you in the chat today. How about that? Looks like it might be rain-wrapped. Very much rain-wrapped. So we'll go back to the velocity product. Again, we are on a tornado warning right now for Blount County that runs until 9:45 here this morning. And we're looking at some broad rotation showing up towards the top of the world. Blockhouse, Best View, Blackberry Farm area. That's going to be heading towards Wallen and Seaton, as well as Cold Springs. Here's a loop over the last 15 minutes to get an idea of how this is progressing towards maybe your area. So let me expand the view a little bit. Any confirmed touchdown near Maryville? No confirmed touchdowns right now. It is radar indicated. So that's the progression of the storm itself. So as we're bringing back to the current time, now I'll highlight some communities that are going to be in the path of this storm. We'll just come over here to 24 miles per hour, and we'll hit places like that. So there's a list of cities and towns that would be in the path of this storm as it moves its way to the east at about 25 miles per hour. So we're talking about top of the world right now. Of course, Look Rock viewing platform now as well. Blackberry Farm, 9:30. The current time is now 9:29. So Townsend, Wares Valley, Chattanooga, Happy Valley, Townsend, Wares Valley, Chattanooga, and Cades Cove at about anywhere between 9:30 and 9:50. Tremont, Gatlinburg, Elkmont, and Mount LeConte anytime after about 10 o'clock this morning, if it holds together, which I would imagine that's probably not going to, but a random pop-up tornado warning. And that's the only severe weather we have, by the way, around East Tennessee. So we are losing a lot of that spin in the atmosphere, so I don't have a lot of concern with this, but the fact of the matter is we still have rotations showing up with this. This is a whole rotating supercell thunderstorm. This is the rotation right around the East Forest, Best View, Blackberry Farm area, working its way towards Walland, Blackberry Farm, Miller Cove, Townsend, Lawson's Crossroads, and Cades Cove. Give you an idea, it's just to the south and southwest, south and southeast of Maryville. That's where it currently is. A little closer view for you. So that I was highlighting the spin in the atmosphere right there. We'll see what we get with the next radar update. There's the next radar update. So again, no reports of any damage showing up right now in that part of town. I was trying to see if I have a camera that would be able to capture this view. And I don't necessarily have a camera right there in Blount County that's going to capture the view of this storm. But one little lonely severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning that prompted the National Weather Service, or the Doppler radar anyways, to issue that tornado warning. So we've got places like Melrose, Walland, West Millers Cove. Of course, this is going to include places like Blackberry Farm. That's along anybody living along Highway 321. Of course, school is out, but this would just probably be to because it's going to be heading right towards the Walland area in Melrose and Blackberry Mountain. So let's see what other schools we have out there. Not that any of the kids are in schools, but you've got the Foothills Parkway right there, so it's going to travel right along the Foothills Parkway. It'll be likely north of Townsend, Traveling right around the Brothers Cove Log Cabin Rentals. Got Smoky Mountain Weddings Chapel, Bluff Mountain, Eljoy Market in Delhi, just to the east of the Maryville community where this spin and rotation is lining up. You were just watching the storm rotate down into, where were you, Jonathan? You in Maryville? Passed through Greenback off Meadow Road without damage and hail. Thank you very much, Mia. I appreciate that. Great to get the storm reports in. Storm was rotating, Jonathan said. Thanks, Jonathan. Just stopped raining at the optical, to Target Optical in Maryville, and it just stopped raining right there. So awesome stuff. Can we go to bed now in Wildwood? You can go back to bed, Heidi. You can go back to bed. So Bill Penner, thank you very much. Loudon County Sheriff has posted on Facebook investigating reports of a touchdown near in Philadelphia area. So this would have been coming from the Philadelphia area. Let's go back in time. So there's our rotation in Philadelphia. So if you look at the storm itself, there's the storm itself moving right over Philadelphia. So it looked like it may have had some rotation showing up with it. Even back before the tornado warning was prompted, it did. And then we had a special weather statement prompted for that storm, and then the tornado warning. We are losing a lot of that spin in the atmosphere, at least showing up on the shear product. When we look at the velocity product, again, it's not too terribly concerning, but we do have a broad spinning or rotation associated with this storm that is now moving its way into Walland and heading towards Townsend, along 321 from Miller's Cove through Wares Valley, Hatchertown, Little Cove, Walden's Creek, Greenbrier as well. So this is currently, let's see. All right, the tornado warning now has officially been canceled. So that's good news to pass along. National Weather Service cancels the tornado warning for Blount County. Rotation has broadened out a lot, become more divergent and decreased. And so we were coordinating with the National Weather Service in Nashville to cancel it. We'll be watching for anything else tightening up back anytime. So again, that's what we have going on right now. So let's go back to a little radar loop here. The tornado warning has been canceled. This is a 1-hour radar loop. Let me just start on the broad side, the big picture side. So a nice little line of showers and thunderstorms rolling on through. That prompted that special weather statements and tornado warnings with a stronger storm moving out of Loudon County and into Blount County, but has weakened as it's done so. Now, remember, we are still under a risk level for severe weather here throughout the day today. So when you look at that risk level, there's the severe weather risk level by the Storm Prediction Center. And when you break it down into different categories, we do have a 2% probability for isolated tornadoes. So that was definitely the probability we just saw, right? We also have about a 5% probability for damaging wind. And when you look at the hail product, about a 5% probability for damaging hail as well. And I think that's really going to be the story. When you look at dew points, got a lot of moisture surging on through right now. So we've got a lot of moisture. We got the wind that's starting to pick up around the area. But again, when you look at the radar picture of what's going on, a line of showers and thunderstorms moving on through. So that's what prompted the severe weather and the tornado warning. Thanks for joining in. Got lots of folks that tuned in. So I do appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully we don't see any more severe weather before the day is over. But I guess in the meantime, I'll let you go. Remember that these showers and thunderstorms will stick with us. So I'll walk you through a little future cast and a little forecast here. So if you want to stick around, here's a little update on the forecast. Again, here's your radar loop. Let me show you the big picture. But if you want to go, no severe weather threat as it stands right now. But the low pressure system is swinging its way on through. And that's what prompted the lonely lonely tornado warning. Now, a little bit closer to home, we still have some showers and thunderstorms back to our west. Not a ton. I think this is going to be the main line this should start to dwindle in coverage and intensity as we get past the lunch hour. So I think that we've got that going for us here throughout the afternoon hours, which is good news to pass along. There's the risk level by the Storm Prediction Center, which I just showed you once again. Are these possible severe storms going to just develop out of nowhere in the area today? Well, we're not just out of nowhere. We currently are, as I'm showing you on the screen there, Scott, under a risk for severe storms. Talked about that this morning. Wasn't anticipating much. There's a small window basically from now through about 10:30 or so that we have a little bit more rotation showing up. This is on the leading edge of the cold front. So I think once this moves on through, I think things start to die down just a little bit. I guess that's all the questions that you have here this morning. Cool, nice breeze on the back side of the storm. Okay, so there's the risk level for the day today. So don't let your guard down. Now, here's what it looks like when we're talking our future cast. Picking up our timeline on that line of storms right now, that moves on out. So you can see back behind it as we get into the lunch hour and even into the afternoon, not a ton of activity. And the winds are going to shift, by the way, from the southwest to the northwest. And so that's going to start to begin that process of ushering in some slightly drier air. But again, I think this is going to be the bulk of the rain here this morning. And the bulk of the severe weather things should start to die down, but still have a chance for some decent amount of rain around the area before the day is over. Now, our morning temperatures have been hovering in the 60s and 70s. Dew points have climbed into the 60s. And our goal today is going to be in the low 70s. So staying below average throughout the day today on the second last day of May, which, by the way, may be turning out to be a record rainfall month. It may break to the all-time rainiest May on record, by the way. Forecast high temperatures will top out in the upper 60s to pockets of low to mid 70s. When you look at your rain chances, they begin to fade. Now, we do have some rain chances as we get into the weekend. Let me explain. Got another little front that's going to be diving in from the north. So while we'll start Saturday off on the dry side, here comes this frontal boundary up across the Ohio Valley, a little trough, if you will. And that's going to spark off a few afternoon showers and a few afternoon thunderstorms, I think, on Saturday. I think that's going to be kind of the story as we get into our Sunday, although I think most of the activity on Sunday will likely be south of Interstate 40, closer to Chattanooga. So we'll go Cumberland County down towards Chattanooga. That's the location I'm talking about for Sunday. But generally speaking, again, from the Weather Prediction Center, still looking at a 7-day rainfall outlook of about, we'll go half an inch to 3/4, maybe pockets of an inch of rain or so across the Southern Valley. So again, isolated afternoon thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. Don't cancel any of those outdoor plans. Everything should be shaping up just fine. And no severe weather threat expected at this point of the game. Monday through Thursday, though, nice little warming trend on the way. And we're going to welcome June with some June open arms because the humidity is going to be building. Look at those temperatures for lows. We're going to be in the low, mid, and upper 60s. Highs are going to top out in the mid to maybe even some upper 80s. So high humidity, high temperatures in the 80s. It's definitely going to be feeling more summer-like, which it definitely has not felt like summer this week as well. All right, so we've been live for severe weather coverage. We had one tornado warning that was issued for Loudon and Blount County. The National Weather Service has now expired that or canceled that tornado warning for right now, but a little closer to views around the mountain counties where we do have those strong thunderstorms moving on in. From Happy Valley through Walland, Cove Creek, Cascades, Wares Valley, Greenbrier. So heads up, anybody joining us from the National Park, from Cades Cove to Tremont, Elkmont, Gatlinburg to Pittman Center. Nice little healthy cell of thunderstorms moving on through. Only 6 lightning strikes in the last 5 minutes here. So Pittman Center, Gatlinburg, Elkmont, you're next in line. And then you go up the line towards Newport. Some nice healthy rain showers pushing in right into the downtown Newport area, right along Interstate 40. Got some heavier rain showers up towards Caney Branch along 321 and the Greenville community. A nice little healthy shower stretching all the way up into the Tri-Cities area with some pockets of moderate to heavy rain. South of this line towards Spring City and Cleveland, some showers and thunderstorms continue. So watch out for the threat for severe thunderstorms because we are under that level 1 risk for the rest of the day today. If you're joining me on Facebook or YouTube and you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, well, first and foremost, you don't have to be on Facebook. I'm broadcasting front and center right there on the app itself right now. But more importantly, on a day like today or any time as we progress through the summer months, don't forget to scan the QR code or download the East Tennessee Weather app. If you've been meaning to do so, now's a good time to do so, right? Because random severe weather pops up. You get a notification from your phone. You're like, holy cow, there is severe weather moving on in. And I was not expecting that, right? Because you didn't watch the morning broadcast or you just weren't paying attention, which is fine. But that's where the East Tennessee Weather app comes in handy to give you those watches and warnings from the National Weather Service when we're not paying attention, right? It's like the NOAA weather radios are the voice of the National Weather Service when you're not paying attention. They're loud and obnoxious, and they give us the warnings when we need them. But other than that, they just sit nice and quiet in the meantime. Well, I appreciate you. Teresa says the best weather app. I appreciate it for sure. All right, my friends. Well, we sure hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Let's hope that this severe weather kind of dies down and doesn't stick with us for the rest of the day today. That would be bad, right? We don't want any of that to happen. And then we'll kind of wind things down as we get into the weekend with some. I'm going to welcome June with some open arms. I'm excited for some nice toasty summer-like weather to make a return next week. All right. Well, I do have another weather update on the East Tennessee weather platforms that will be coming up here at noon today. Maybe doing a live severe weather coverage update. We'll see how it all plays out. I don't think so. I think that's going to be the random rain that we've seen for the day today. Random severe thunderstorms. Could see maybe some stronger thunderstorms working their way through Pigeon Forge, Wares Valley, Townsend as we speak. And then, of course, I'll have another update today at 6 o'clock this evening. And we're back with live severe weather coverage. Excuse me, not live severe weather coverage. We're back with live coverage tomorrow morning for Wake Up with the Witcher. Remember, Wake Up with the Witcher has been moved to 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday and Sunday. Most people aren't up and about at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to broadcast Wake Up with the Witcher at 8 o'clock both Saturday and Sunday. All right, in the meantime, make the app good for Apple products. We're working on it. I think it's pretty darn good. New app update coming out where you'll be able to put some East Tennessee weather stuff on the home screen. I think Android, you can already do that. All right, have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short.